Hey guys, welcome back for another video. It's me, Will. Today we are starting on case 9, Death by Moonshine. And we just finished case 8. So we're getting closer to finishing this district, the Bayo Blau. I still don't know if I said it right. On a dirt road in the forest. Hey Will, do you know what this red light means on the dashboard? It's been blinking for a while. I just hope this clunker makes it home before beer o'clock. Frank, you are old. You're saying it's the fuel indicator, but that tank was nearly full this morning. I can't believe this. Just what we need. Getting stranded in the woods like a couple of Girl Scouts. You're right, Will. If we call the station for help, we'll never live it down. At least I won't. Just wait until Andrea finds out I can't even be trusted to fill up the car. Genius idea, Will. We should go to that little bar we just passed by, the Mad Cow. Somebody will help us out with a can of gas. At least the car was kind enough to stop near the only bar in the forest. What do you think of this place, Will? I've been here a couple of times. It's only a decent place around here. You think the decoration is weird? Well, yeah, it's tacky, but you know, it's just a dive bar, not an art gallery. Huh? Oh, you mean this? This. Holy smokes, you're right. What's wrong with that decoration? Okay, folks, nobody moves until Corporal Will has examined the place. Agreed, Will. A human head on a trophy mount definitely takes tacky to a whole new level. I know the woman who runs this joint. I'll find her for you straight away. Hey, Betty Lou, come over here for a minute. Corporal Will wants to know if you could recognize this man. Yeah, it's Sammy. Sammy the swindler. Swindler? I mean, Sammy Duncan, of course. I recognize him. He's a regular... Oh. Betty Lou. Oh well, I guess the severed head was too much for her, but don't worry about her, Will. We'll talk to her when she's feeling better. I see you already arranged to have this head sent to Roxy. Imagine her excitement when she opens the parcel. You already made some progress with the crime scene too. A broken blackboard. My eyes are too old for puzzles in this dim light, Will, but you're really good with patching things up. You found a wallet with the name Sammy on it. You're right, Will. Betty Lou said the victim was called Sammy. Good idea. Let's see what he kept in there. I see you restored a blackboard you found, Will. What does it say? No credit given, except to Sammy. You're right, Will. That message on the blackboard can only be about the victim. I agree. It's best if we go and see if Betty Lou is feeling better. I bet she can tell us more about the victim. Free money. Free money. So you found a newspaper ad in the victim's wallet, Will. I guess you want to take a closer look at the faded message under it. Attention to detail, right? Are you feeling better, Betty Lou? Corporal Will wants to ask you a few questions about the victim. Oh, I'm alright. I've been uglier things on a regular Saturday night here. Now, can I reopen the bar? People around here get cranky without their drinks. Not before you told us a little bit about this blackboard Corporal Will found. It seems like Sammy was a well-liked customer. Yet the board was smashed to pieces. Sammy Duncan will always settle his bills, it's true, but where did he get the money? It ain't like he had a job. Folk here noticed a kid with a wad of cash and a loud mouth. People talk, and talk ain't good for business, and you two poking around looking for corpse ain't no good either. Just as a reputable pub for reputable drinks. Drinks? That's why I banned Sammy from the bar, and how right I was. Look what he brought me. Cops in trouble. Trouble and cops. Now order a drink or get out. This place looks familiar, doesn't it? Wasn't that Darren? Or was it Derek or Darren? I forgot his name already. It looks like his place. Nicely done, Will. You retrieved the message on the ad you found in the victim's wallet. What does it say? Sammy, we should get Vanessa. We should get it. Vanessa K. Well, you're saying you know a Vanessa Kimmel? Small world, DeBeo. The victim knew her too, it seems. I agree. If this Vanessa chick and the victim were looking for flats together, they were probably a couple. She even drew a little heart. Oh, to be young again, eh? You're right, well, we better find Vanessa and ask her about this ad. Sammy's dead? But I counted on him, and now he's up. Now he ups and dies on me? Why does everything end in disaster for me in this awful place? I'm not really good at relationship advice, Vanessa, but do tell Corporal Will a bit more about your boyfriend. You were going to live together, isn't that true? Boyfriend? No, I was just seeing him. I liked how smart he was. He had ideas. He could make it anywhere. And me, I have done anything to lead the Bay, Corporal Will. I told him we both find jobs in the city, better jobs than working in the Mad Cow and whatever sordid things Sammy did in that forest. I begged him to leave with me and he never looked back. He'd still be alive if only he listened. Corporal Will, you get away from here while you still can. I don't know, Will. Vanessa's clearly a sandwich, sort of a picnic, but you're right. She did mention that the victim did something sordid in the forest. It might be a lead. Okay, just don't expect me to camp out there overnight. You know how I feel about the great outdoors. I don't like the look of this forest, Will. These dolls hanging from the trees all over, they give me the creeps. So do these broken porcelain pieces you found. Evidence, evidence. Easy for you to say. You haven't been cursed by a doll. Restore the pieces if you insist, but I want to go on record stating that I officially... Wait, you found an empty barrel too? Why didn't you start with this? The barrel changes everything. The barrel needs prompt examination. There's a note on it as well. I'll drink this to your death, Sammy. Well, this message was clearly intended for a victim. Sure, I'll help check what was in that barrel. Kill it. Did I mention this forest gives me the creeps, Will? And I hate these dolls. Okay, I understand you want to restore it, but we can break it again now, right? Listen, why don't we go back to the Mad Cow, Will? I mean, having a pet for a crime scene, it doesn't get any better than that. Okay, I'll get the forensic kit and see if we can collect something from this doll. I just hope I don't have another voodoo curse coming. Wow, well, you have extraordinary skill to collect drops of liquid, even from an empty barrel. How I wish I could do that. Just kidding, Will, I agree. This is our most promising lead so far. Well done. Let's send a sample to the lab. I'm still not sure this doll will bring us anything but trouble, but Will, at least you got a decent DNA sample off. You can say you can run the DNA through the database yourself. That's great, but we don't have lab rats for this sort of to work. Let's go and see if the DNA turns out a match. Are you serious? Whatever. So you found a match for the DNA on the doll in the forest, Will. The DNA belongs to a 30-year-old man who lives near the woods, by the name of Bertie Cornman. A grown man with a doll after the Mads Fowlis voodoo maniacs, and how many more weirdos can crawl out of this woodwork, Will? I can't wait to meet this one. Dude, I don't have any more stars. I literally spent the last 5 minutes watching ads, getting energy to do 1 star, hoping that will be the last one because we already spent 9 stars doing everything else. And now you're telling me that, oh no, this one might be the final one. The final thing you will have to do during the first 10 minutes of this chapter. Well, I'm not surprised Sammy's dead. I told him the dolls would kill him. Is that so? And why would your dolls do such a thing, Birdie? Sleep deprivation. Dolls turn mean if they can't sleep, and Sammy disturbed them, meandering around in the woods at night. The doll guards the spirit of my little sister Lizzie. She drowned near this place many years ago. We must do what the dolls want, so Lizzie rest in peace. Reminds me of Doll Island. And so you made sure Sammy wouldn't disturb your dolls again and killed him, right? No, I didn't, but I won't miss him now that he's gone, that's true. Hey guys, thanks for the lovely severed head you brought back. It was hacked off with a sharp blade by a single cut, but the victim was still alive, but you'll need to find the actual murder weapon to be sure. But check this out, well, I found egg white in the wound, quite a lot of it, all along the edges of the... Egg whites are a rural home remedy for bleeding, entirely unscientific but popular, acute, exactly the kind of thing my great Aunt Aura would have made. She would have done what, Roxy? Chop off someone's head and put it on display in the local bar and then make an omelet? No, Frank, I'm saying the killer tried to stop the bleeding with eggs, probably so as not to leave a trail of blood while carrying the head to the bar. I can help you find the missing body, but I can tell you you're looking for a killer who uses eggs, Will. Hello, Will. I hope Frank's mood swings aren't giving you any trouble. The countryside can disturb the psyche, but I have some test results to cheer you up. The bird you found in the woods, guess what was in it? A mix of fermented fruit, sugar, and ethanol. In other words, distilled liquor. I compared the sample to thousands of known recipes of commercialized brands and didn't match any of them, which means the liquor is homemade. The liquor is homemade, illegally as you guessed. Homemade liquor used to be called Moonshine because it's brewed secretly in the dead of night. Quite poetic, isn't it, Will? Poetic. Did you see that threatening message on the barrel? I'll drink this to your death, Sammy. It's the killer who drinks that moonshine, yawn. Which means the sooner we arrest the killer, the sooner the booze becomes police property, Will. I'm counting on you to find this booze addict killer extra fast. Well, I feel we're just stumbling in the dark. Let's see. Sammy's Duncan's severed head was found in the Mad Cow. The owner, Betty Lou, says the victim wasn't welcome in her bar or something to do with showing off his money. Birdie Corman said Sammy wasn't welcome to Forest either. Apparently the victim disturbed Birdie's dolls with some kind of night job. Probably brewing moonshine, which also earned Sammy a death threat. And then there's Vanessa, who was in a relationship with the victim. And wait, isn't that her on the boat over there? Wait, what do you mean she's escaping? Holy booze, you're right. She's trying to get away on that boat. Hey you, crazy lady, you're under arrest. Stop that boat right now. You're right, Will, that's Vanessa on the boat, and she's trying to escape. I bet she killed Sammy, that's why she's running away. Hey you, crazy lady, you are a suspect in a murder investigation. You can't go anywhere. Get off the boat immediately. I'm so sorry, Corporal Will, I never meant to escape. This is Sammy's boat. I cast it off by accident. I hope for your sake you're telling the truth, Corporal Will will talk to you. I agree, Will. If this boat belonged to the victim, we must search it and make sure Vanessa hasn't got rid of vital evidence. Are you sure it's the right moment to go fishing, Will? Because you won't find much other than fishing equipment in this box, trust me. Now that thing, with the rusty metal teeth, I'm not touching it with a barge pole, Will. What on earth is it? An alligator trap with a serial number that needs to be reconstructed. Well, I'd rather it hacks your fingers off than mine. Corporal Will, I didn't mean to steal Sammy's boat, I swear. I was just collecting my personal belongings. I spent the night here with Sammy once. He poured me a glass of moonshine. We sat on the deck drinking. It was so romantic. Look, miss, we ain't got no time for nostalgia. Cut to the chase or I'll have you handcuffed to a crocodile until... Sorry, well, you're right. There's no way to talk to a witness. Vanessa, what were you really doing on the boat of a murder victim? Corporal Will, you know how much I want to escape the bayou. Sammy promised me to get me out of here, so I give him all my savings. But I soon found out Sammy lied to me. He used my money to start one of his businesses. Now I'm trapped here more than ever. Please, Corporal Will, please believe me. I only want what's mine so I can leave this dreadful place. The things I had to do to earn this money, you don't want to know.
don't know why I clicked that one. You managed to restore the number on the alligator trap well? Good, just keep it out of my face. Hopefully Hannah can tell us who the proud owner is. I swear, do they just put more stuff onto these things every time? Well, this boat is like a floating junkyard. Every single object you find is weirder than the one before. A Bible for children in the fishing box. Seriously? The cover looks tattered. You know what? For once I agree. I bet there will be more surprises when you recovered the faded writing on it. Well, you restored the writing on that Bible you found. Sammy never strayed from the right path. Padre Raphael. Sammy the swindler read the Bible. Who'd have thought? He looks a bit old for this edition, though, don't you think? Well, good thinking. The priest who wrote on the book must have known the victim well. Let's find this Padre Raphael. Padre, Corporal Will wants to ask you about Sammy Duncan. You see, he was murdered, and we found his Bible on his boat. Any chance that he confessed to you who killed him? Confession is done by the living, not by the dead. But yes, I've known Sammy for many years. I wrote that message on his Bible when he was a little boy. Sadly, faith wasn't as important to Sammy as drinking and running scams. But I always hoped he redeemed himself. That's why I visited Sammy every week. We talked, he offered me some moonshine. He said he brewed it himself. And his girlfriend made the best huevos with free-range eggs. That poor girl, I wonder what haunts her. She looks troubled. Oh, I fear for young people today, Corporal Will. They lose their way so easily and life is hard in the Bayo. Well, the alligator trout you found in the victim's boat was purchased by a certain Joe Little Hat. I checked the database to see if he has an alligator hunting license, but he doesn't. He's hunting alligators illegally. Poacher, that means we can confiscate his trap. Well, wait, I know what we can do with it. Leave it on Andrea's chair. Of course, well, I am taking this seriously. This Joe Little Hat obviously needed a victim. And that's what we'll focus on, like professionals, yes. Mr. Little Hat, you better be cooperative. I don't trust people who hunt reptiles. I fear for the safety of my pet turtle. We all have to be hunters who survive in the Bayo, Corporal Will. You are hunters too, chasing after the killer who chopped off Sammy Duncan's head. Speaking of Sammy, what was your trap doing on the victim's boat, Mr. Little Hat? I must have forgotten it when I popped over for a drink. Sammy brewed good moonshine. His boat was a floating bar for people who didn't like the mad cow. We drink, play cards. I make an omelet. My omelets are excellent. I poach the eggs myself. I may be poor, but I don't skim on quality ingredients. But I assure you, we did nothing wrong. And your turtle, make sure you don't lose it in the forest. Detective Knight, I may have many traps out there. Did you hear that, Will? Did this poacher just threaten Duke? Alright, I'm calm now. Sorry, Will. I've been on edge all day. The Bayo brings out the worst in me. You want to go back to that forest? You're right. Plenty of clues point there. Dolls, a moonshine stew. What else we will find this time? Holy smoke, Will. You really outdid yourself this time. The helpless body can't be anyone but the victims. We must get to Roxy straight away. And you find a wrecked bicycle with Sammy's name on it right next to the body. Well, this will bring us closer to the killer with the speed of a wrecked bicycle, but you know what I mean. Let's see what we can collect from it. Okay, so you collect the hair from the victim's bicycle. Well, now what? Oh, alright. Considering the state of the spike, someone clearly held a grudge against the victim. Hopefully this hair sample will tell us who it is.
Guys, the hair sample you collected from the victim's bicycle is not human hair, it just looks like it. But it's synthetic, most likely it comes from a doll. Hair from a doll. Oh, but Will was right. It can only mean one thing, Birdie Cornman. It must have been him who damaged the victim's bike. Sure, I'm ready for another chat with him. I know it wasn't nice to ruin Sammy's bicycle, but it was to protect my sister's doll. Sammy kept coming back to the forest. I wanted him to stay out, away. Sammy wanted to cut down the trees to build a big moonshine still. I couldn't let it happen. I see. So what did you do to make sure Sammy never bothered you again, Birdie? I took action. I threw eggs at him. I stole all the eggs from Betty Lou's kitchen one night and threw them all at Sammy's, but he only laughed. So then I wrecked his bike so he couldn't come back. I'm sorry. It was to protect my dolls, but I didn't kill him, Corporal. I promise.
2 autopsies and 1 investigation. It's like happy hour in the morgue. First, I can confirm the body found in the forest and severed head and the mad cow both belonging to the same person, Sammy Duncan. But here's the good stuff. There was a strange symbol on the victim's skin, a small rectangle with a line in the middle. From the wound, I can tell you he got it shortly after he died. It's too symmetrical to be an accidental injury, so it must have been left on Sammy's skin on purpose by the killer. Ah, well, this is a real discovery, Will. We're going to go real far with that one, you know? Don't worry, you won't have to go as far as Russell's office. He already has a theory about what the symbol means. Good luck. Ah yes, the rectangle with the line in the middle, on the victim's skin. For a long time I couldn't guess what it was, then it hit me. And care to share that moment of illumination with us? With pleasure. The symbol is a domino. As you know, every domino has 2 sides, each with a maximum of 6 dots. In the game you have to match the numbers, the dots to fit a certain pattern. It's a fascinating theory, Mr. Genius Profiler, but correct me if I'm wrong. There isn't a single dot on the supposed domino. Frank, you make a lousy criminal. You can't keep a thought to yourself. But well spotted. This domino is a 00. It is both the strongest and the weakest tile, depending on your opponent. In this case, the victim is dead. The message is simple. We played, you lost. The message implies a close relationship between the killer and the victim, as if the murder was part of a game they played. Whatever you say, Russell. In any case, Will was right. One thing the message clearly tells us is that the killer plays dominoes. Looks like Sammy's Moonshine distillery was the worst kept secret of the forest. Everyone drinks the stuff. It also explains why Sammy refused to leave the bay with Vanessa. He was busy selling moonshine to everyone. Sammy really fooled that poor girl, too, taking all of her savings. And Will, why do you think that woman looks always so disheveled? Vanessa, I mean. Wait, what's happening? Are those gunshots? You heard that too, right? Yes, I'm ready. Finally, some action is done. Let's hurry before we miss out on it. Sorry guys, I got distracted. So, thank you guys for watching chapters 1 and 2 of Case 9, Death by Moonshine. I'll see you guys next time for chapters 3 and 4, where we finish this case off. I love you all. Get out.